shit too.
Welcome to RuPaul's Drag Race After Show on theStreamtv. I'm Anastasia, and with me are my co-hosts Christian and Jay.
Hi.
And usually we have another co-host with us, but he is away in a faraway land. But today we do have Timothy with us, so thank God. But we do have a special message from Tony, so let's play that.
Hey everyone, it's Tony Moore, and I'm so sorry I'm not live with you in the studio to recap a fierce episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. I am currently sissying that walk all over Australia as I'm hosting Abby's Ultimate Australian Tour with Abby Lee Miller from Lifetime Stans Moms. I will be back with you guys next week, so I can't wait, and you guys have fun, and remember, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Amen!
See you guys next week.
Well, that was a great message. And speaking of sissing that walk, we got a little sissy that walker this year.
Yes!
Ooh, good transition.
Thank you.
Now, was I the only one that was that really kind of harkened back to me to like the producers, the musical with all the grannies and the walkers?
Yeah.
Like that's
What
the
was
first
it?
thing.
Max Bialystock. Yeah, that was great.
I was because I did the show and I was like, oh my God, that's the old lady number. Yeah.
No, I was living for the Golden Girl reference.
Yeah,
She was
okay,
like,
bring
oh,
out your
I was
energy.
like,
I was living for the
Golden
faces
Girls.
they were making where they're putting on the wrinkles. They had like the turtleneck.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
was so
I
happy.
took extensive, really high-end notes on this
Whoa.
piece of envelope about it.
You're
Let's see what
on
I-
it.
I tried this week. I really wanted to make sure. First of all, this week when it started out, all I could think of was Pearl is a hottie. Pearl, I don't even know his dude name. I love you. I'm looking at my single camera. I love you, sir. In and out of drag, you are an exceptional creature and extremely attractive. That's what
See,
I'm
I'm
Can
an
we make a
eyes
love
person, and if Pearl would just open her eyes,
Okay.
I think that she would be
Well,
attractive.
she's on the
Okay.
dope-a-dope.
Right,
Do
exactly.
This,
She's
then.
always
Just
like,
go around like that.
I
Just like,
care.
Pearl.
I'm like, girl.
Well, maybe she just needs her eyes opened by Jay.
Maybe.
Oh,
Love.
And I know
That's
just
so,
the way
that's
to
so
do that.
romantic. Okay.
Oh my God, if my eyes are open, you're doing something wrong.
Now the top of the show was there was a little, again, like there was last year, there was a little bit of that little factor
Yeah.
before
That's
RuPaul's
what I
message.
don't like about this season is that I feel like they're all really catty and really bitchy toward each other. And I mean, we were talking earlier about seeing where we are with characters, and I'm just not attached to anybody because I feel like they're just so bitchy.
I feel like that's the
are.
consensus online. I don't know if you guys feel that way too.
But-
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, well, I do have my favorite kind of already. Max is my favorite.
Max is my favorite. I love Max. I love Max.
Which means I think he's gonna go far because the characters that I feel like they're not showing us tend to bloom over time, you know? So
True.
those who we're getting to know a lot really quickly,
Well, I think the issue right now is there's like 3 queens that are just like vicious.
Yeah.
And I think like Violet Chachki is getting in the middle of it. And she's not really that vicious of a person. Like she's not trying to be bitchy,
do
she's
you
just
see
bitch.
her as the Adore of the season? Remember when Adore in the beginning was like kind of getting a lot of heat from all the other queens? Okay,
I
not
do.
so
I
much.
feel like Violet is.
Do you remember
that-
like she was the
that-
young
No.
one? She's like, everyone hates me because I'm young.
No,
And also, can we stop with the old versus new drag? Can we just help each other and love each other?
also, there is such thing as too seasoned, and you see that a lot this episode too. People are too seasoned; they're too stubborn in their ways, and they don't move forward from it. You know?
Well,
Young
that was
is fun
actually very
sometimes.
interesting to me because that's a really great debate. I was always wondering, there are all these new queens who are coming up now, and drag has been redefined. It's evolving like anything else. It never sits still, right? So when they had the final challenge, which I know we're going to talk about, I thought, okay, wow, we're embracing this new frontier because I know a lot of bearded queens,
Yes.
exceptional ones, people like Grace Towers and stuff, who probably wouldn't be allowed on the show because they only do bearded drag. You know what I mean? So it was interesting to me, yeah, because I'm like you guys. I also feel like drag can get stale, and it's about constantly reinventing yourself to stay relevant.
I still feel like with this kind of show, though, I understand that, you know, bearded drag is up and coming, but I feel like people still want that fishiness.
Traditional
People
drag,
still
yeah.
want that, I look like a girl,
Yeah.
not like, you know, I'm a man in a dress.
Right.
Well, I mean, I know we're going to discuss this later, but I thought the bearded drag was something like spectacular.
I thought it was
for me to
phenomenal.
see.
Yeah.
Going back to your granny moment, and your girl Max, I was living for his like Ozda's ballroom nod to Wicked with the sort of Swarovski crystal. It was like one big Swarovski crystal on either side for his glasses as the granny, because I wrote glasses, Max's glasses. They were so good in the granny challenge.
I will buy them.
Yeah, they were really
They
fun.
are really nice. The only thing is they obstruct your vision.
Who cares about vision if you look fabulous?
Truth.
Right?
Truth.
It doesn't matter.
Did you guys notice Miss
Pedestrian?
Fame's when she was gonna like help me, I'm falling, like she just basically did a slow-mo death drop, like literally a slow-mo death drop
And
in
I
the slow-mo
was
drop
living
position.
for it.
Yes, I was like, is she death dropping as an old lady?
One thing I want to say, Miss Fame, last episode I was like, okay, you're going to be like a few episodes in and then out. And this episode she's like, wow, okay, Miss Fame, now you're showing that you are a performer in some aspects. The confidence is showing through a little. Good stuff.
I
good
liked
stuff.
the death drop, and it's kind of a good segue because it was a very Shakespearean death.
Yeah,
And this week was all about ShakesQueerian,
right.
as they said. I mean, it's a new term, ShakesQueerian.
Yeah.
As we are saying, and I didn't know that fact about drag. How drag came from a Shakespearean term.
Yes,
Maybe
dressed
I'm done
as a
theater
girl.
fame.
I didn't
yeah.
know that either, and I thought that was
I was
really
like,
great.
mind blown. But yeah, this week they had to create teams and do a Shakespearean play.
That's right. It was Romeo and
Juliet, and then
Romeo and
Bitch.
Juliet, and that's right. Yeah.
And Nick Bitch.
Yeah.
And the
Bitch.
team leaders were the couple that won. I actually thought that Katya and Max should have won. I wasn't a fan of Kennedy in the Old Lady Challenge, but it was, the team leaders were Max and Kennedy, and they were divided in a very interesting way.
Oh my God.
Like dodgeball.
Yeah, it's very dodgeball.
Yeah.
It's very dodgeball, which I think kind of hurt them because Kennedy picked a lot of friends like Jasmine Masters and such.
Yeah.
And then when they got together in the group, I wasn't sure, and I want to know what you guys think. Kennedy seemed to not want to play to people's strengths. Is that a service or disservice to the team because she put people out of their element and then it hurt the team ultimately?
It's a
I think
huge.
she thought it was going to be an advantage to herself.
It's a huge disservice. Jasmine Masters was like, I want to be bitch, and she wanted to flaunt her being an actress and stuff, so she gave her the part later to be, I don't get this part, I can't do it, so she trades the part to the person who should have got it in the beginning, which was Violet.
Yeah. I think she thought it was going to be an advantage, and then she figured out halfway into it, she was like, nope, this
Nope,
is
this
not
ain't working.
working.
So
It's
good
not
team
working.
leadership on that to switch the parts, but I have to say when she did not rehearse the team enough and said, which is my favorite, when Violet was like, should we just rehearse? And she was like, no, just you learn your lines and then we'll like get there and then we learn our lines separately and then we just do it. And then Mel B clocked it and was like, weren't you aware this wasn't going well during rehearsal? And you could see all the queens like, what rehearsal?
What
We rehearsed? I didn't rehearse.
Is that what acting is? Rehearsing? No, you don't just wing it and know the line. It was a very interesting
train
comment.
wreck. It was literally a train wreck. It was probably the worst. Well, no, it was the worst acting challenge of all 7 seasons of RuPaul.
Although
It
I
was.
have to say there was this one moment that I had to pause because I was like, ooh, Jesus, let me take a breath. I was so mad. I wanted to just smack the wig right off her, and that was Jaden. Because if I have to see, we've been watching reality competition shows since like Idol for over a decade. I mean, the excuse, I just want this so bad. So what, bitch? Everyone wants this so bad. Show us what you got. There's no time for emotional break. I couldn't be empathetic in that moment because I thought you're literally just stealing time and focus from what you should be doing.
I mean, I think my biggest slap the wig off moment from a queen this past season was Pearl, when she was like, what is this? What is this Shakespeare? I don't know what this is. I don't know. And I was like,
I've
girl,
never read
read a
Macbeth.
damn book. Pick up a book.
Or
go to school.
Shakespeare? You
And
don't
she's
know
like,
what
you can
Shakespeare-
call me illiterate. You can call me stupid. I'm like,
And
it's
I
not
will.
I mean,
illiterate.
I am calling
Like,
you illiterate and
learn-
stupid. How do you not know what Shakespeare
like learn
is?
Shakespeare. Like everybody
Yeah.
knows Shakespeare. I mean,
Yeah.
Or
not-
at least you know the reference.
Exactly.
You've heard of it.
Exactly.
You're
I was
forced to
so-
read it
I
in
was
school.
so mad. I was like, are you? And she's 23 years old.
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
get this clear. So she can be like, I'm too young. No, you're 23.
By the way,
you're
I'm
like,
bringing back that slap the wig off moment for a different segment.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay, all right.
That'd make a fun party game. Slap the wig off. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
let's talk about a little bit about the old versus new feud. And by the way, you can still live chat with us So be sure to do that. Use the hashtag and everything, and that'll be awesome.
It's on
to
your
hear.
screen in case you're wondering what hashtag.
Yeah. And
RDR7AS.
That's right.
there you go. But let's talk about the old versus new feud. Are we over this kind of thing?
I think as long as there are contestants who've been doing it for a long time, they're going to give heat to the contestants who aren't, because it's as many alliances and friendships that are formed, it's competition. And at the end of the day, it's like you're going to start seeing it as it goes further along. It's, you know, I think it's innate to the competition.
Yeah.
And they love to pull that, like you said. It's like there is a thing as too seasoned.
You don't want salty meat.
Yeah.
I like salty meat.
Yeah.
No?
Until you get the
we
gout,
don't-
girl.
I don't want that.
No one wants the gout.
No.
Or the
That sounds.
arthritis.
Oh, God,
no.
Okay, no salty meat. Whatever. Something fresher. So
Bitter brigade.
Let's go over the plays, because there's a lot of drama about the plays. I know we did a little bit, but Rue's reaction.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's never raised her voice. I don't remember ever, like at a team like that.
I mean, she's had.
I don't recall.
Like every
heated
season,
moments.
she has that moment. Like when she was talking about the saboteur last season, and probably 6 other times before that. I just can't remember. She has to bitch slap them early in the season for them to do better later
Well, she'll
on.
have it like with one specific contestant or two at the same time, but not a whole team.
group,
Like that was
yeah.
just disappointing. It was disappointing.
And also, I just want to say something, because I know someone tweeted me something like, "Well, who are you guys to judge? Single camera." All right, look, let me tell you something. We're the ones who are financing your career, coming to your shows, stuffing the dollar bills, and we're your audience. We're watching and paying for the show. We are the voice of the people. And I think that when it comes to shows that are meant to entertain, and it comes to now paying a cover to see these Drag Race girls, because when you go to their shows, it ain't free. And it's like, you know, it's you're playing toward an audience, and I think when they're on the show, they almost forget that there are cameras there, which is good. But then the other thing is, it's a slow burn this season. I'm like, where's the showmanship?
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
like the showstopper that I'm like, oh my
haven't got
God,
that yet.
sickening.
Yeah, we need to have that moment, and I think Rue had her moment instead.
Did, yeah.
Which
And
is fine
rightfully
with me.
so. I think she was trying to invoke in the girls, come on, like no excuses. I mean, I know we're all performers and all right. It's like, you know, you can't roll into an audition or a performance and be like, guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't sleep well last night.
I really want this.
I really want
this
part.
job, so I didn't prepare.
Guys, I
want it.
sneezed like a week ago. And I'm still super affected by it.
I mean, I understand that. Yeah. But then we got to the lip sync battle, which to me also was like a.
It was so snoozeville. I mean,
think-
like, other than Jasmine Masters doing that little squat and heel, the
Pop,
squat.
lock, and drop it.
Pop. Yeah, that was actually really, because then I had to try it to see if I could do it. Took out the heels from the top shelf. I was like,
That
let me
was
see.
just you.
I made it. I got 2 in, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna break something.
You got 2 in?
Yeah, it was good.
Whole ones in.
Oh my gosh, I
And
I
heels,
got a
couldn't
toe.
do it. On the beat though, that was the thing that was so like.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of good, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't stand out to me. I mean, yeah, I think it's.
Did you like
mean-
the looks of the bearded looks too?
Yeah, I
Some
was
of them
gonna say, before
were
we talk about the
epic.
lip sync,
Yeah,
let's
talk
talk
about
about
the
the looks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about kind of the personas that were going on when they were being
Yeah.
judged. Because yes, some of the looks were sickening, and some of them, one of them just put black powder on their face and was like, "This is a beard."
But
And
some
that
of
was
them were
Jasmine Masters.
absolutely.
Jasmine Masters.
But some of them were absolutely stunning, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's newer to me. I'm used to like the classic drag. To see bearded drag, I was like, oh my gosh, this really works. This is gorgeous. You can really go with this. There's
Yeah.
so much you can do with it, and I never really thought that you could.
And I love the non-traditional beards that they did, not just but like Candy Hose was like this like
Confucius.
this like this
started off
Confucius
glitter
beard,
and then it
and then
became
Max
hair.
had this like white one, and then
Gorgeous.
Miss
Her-
Fame had
oh.
this like red like.
I loved
jewel thing. I
Trixie's,
thought that was
who looked
cool.
like very Jesus.
Yes.
That was
That
just
one scared me a
gorgeous. And it
little
was
bit.
beautiful.
Let's-
I mean,
I just wanna
scared
say
me.
one
As a
thing.
Catholic, I was a little like,
yeah.
no,
Drag
Jesus
Jesus.
is gonna get me.
Although, you know what Jaden looked like to me? I think you were talking about Jaden. Jaden, I wrote like looked like the genie from like Aladdin genie. But anyway, go ahead.
Aladdin genie. I like this move for Aladdin
I don't know why
genie.
I was thinking of his Aladdin, the genie song.
Yeah, but no, I really was like blown away by the fact that there were so many ways to do this.
Yes.
And I'm
what's-
like, I want to do bearded drag.
Yeah, and what's funny is the beards came on, but the makeup got more subtle for a lot of them.
Right.
Like Trixie looked prettier than she did any other episode. Candy Ho, she didn't have any beard on. Well, she had her beard, but not, you know what I'm
Her
talking
contoured
about.
beard. Thank you, Michelle.
I know,
She
but
didn't
I
have
thought
her
that
beard,
Candy Ho to
so.
me looked like Jafar. I was really on an Aladdin kick last night.
You
I
really
don't know,
were.
I was.
Yeah,
I was
you
like, I
did.
saw
Yeah.
Jafar realness.
Well, we will be right back with your fan questions, so stay tuned and continue to live tweet us and live chat with us, and we'll be right back. I love your Pikachu.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like Hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it. You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the Streamtv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hey guys, we're about to go over your fan questions, but be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and continue to live chat and tweet us your questions. But our first question is from Makeup Artish, and he asked, which queens do you predict will be the top 3 this season? Now, I think we kind of went over that a little bit.
I think it's
I kind of want to change my opinion.
Okay,
wanna
well, in
change?
my
Okay,
opinion,
alright.
overall, it tends to be on reality shows. They don't showcase the winners, like, you generally right away because you want to, like, let their story develop. So I feel like all the people who, like, we already had strong opinions about Jasmine. Remember last week, the first 2 episodes, she went away.
I got flack from it from the guy. I was trying to bring it up, and then I got stared down, and I got all this stuff. I called it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, I think Max, obviously.
Yeah.
And I actually do think maybe Ginger.
I was going to say
Ginger
Ginger
too.
Minch. Ginger Minch
Yeah.
for the win, man.
They haven't had a bigger
plus
girl
size
win.
win.
Yeah, not at all.
No,
Yeah.
and
That
I
would be
think she does. I think it's
amazing.
about time, and I really do think she can pull it off. She's like the one to beat this season.
I say for all the girls, it's really not a matter if you win or lose. You have to be memorable. Because you'll
Yeah.
get booked if
True.
you're memorable and people like you.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily win. You can make it back after, you know.
Yeah.
I think the girl who went home the first episode, I may not remember her name, but I think she's extremely memorable.
Yeah,
She's extremely rememberable.
Well, you know what else I thought watching the footage of her going home? All I could think of was, wow, she's also a little bit of Hedwig in the Angry Inch with all that hair she had
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my top 3 would be Max, because, you know, Anastasia and I just share this love of Max. Trixie, and Ginger. I was thinking Ginger, because
Yeah.
I would like a big girl to get to at least the top
I think
3.
it's Max Ginger Mystery. Like the third starlet hasn't really appeared yet.
But we have to say Trixie because there was so much haterade.
Well, I like Trixie. I really
like
do, but
Trixie.
I think Trixie's gonna go more of the Fifi O'Hara route, maybe.
Oh.
Because she kind of like Fifi O'Hara. Yeah, she was kind of bitter in the beginning, but I don't know. I just think like she's gonna get tired of it through half of it and just start calling people out and being really rude. But hopefully not.
So you're calling shade early.
I'm calling shade early.
Okay,
I mean,
alright.
I called it with this one and I won.
Well, okay.
All right. Another question that we got is from Jason Caceres. There you go. Man, I'm really smart, you guys. Do you think there's going to be a dark horse in this competition? I think it might be Ginger.
It could be Ginger.
But you can't call her a dark horse. She's been on the top twice and then
That's true. Okay.
saved once. I think Pearl. I think
Pearl
Pearl's
could
gonna
be a
the
dark horse for sure.
If she doesn't wake up.
Your lover?
Yeah.
I mean, if she was just
my
like-
lover.
I mean, she's gonna go to
Meg-
Crafts, get some coffee, smack herself a little.
Wasn't Rue saying to Pearl, like, wake up, darling? What did she say? Wake up.
Yeah,
wake up. Because Pearl wants it, but she's been safe every single time.
I hate that expression. I want it so bad. I was like, oh.
I think Candy Ho might be a dark horse, just because based on her availability to just to kind of mold with critique. Like when Michelle Visage was like, oh, you know, your beard is too dark. And then she like changed it. And she was like, some queens in previous seasons, she would be like, this is not right. And they would keep doing it and keep doing it. And, you know, Candy Ho was just changed it really quick.
Yeah. And she did really good in the acting challenge and stuff as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I like her. I like her. She's a winner.
On that shipwreck of a team. Yeah.
And I really liked her runway look this you know, episode. Yeah. And that kind of segues into our other fan question, which is, what's your favorite runway look of RuPaul ever? And that's from Demetrius.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Demetrius. I love it.
Some of my more memorable ones, I think, was Courtney Axe with the big wings. That was just memorable. I don't know.
I think the only thing memorable about that was the wings.
The wings, yeah.
Well, and Courtney Axe.
All I could think of was,
but
all I could think of was, like, how did she get that there? Like, was she like, guys, I have special luggage. It's going to arrive in a couple days. It's coming airmail.
Well,
like,
maybe she had to fix it up. Like, it just came in like 7 sticks, like a tent. And
could you imagine? And just a glue gun and a dream.
Yeah,
just
a glue gun and a dream.
I imagine that she was just in the craft shop and she had everything that she needed to do it right there. She's a miracle worker.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a drag queen / professional mechanical engineer. No big deal.
That would be a great contestant.
Great contestant.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, I think really her runway looks were always great because she had like the most perfect body. In the world.
That's not true, because when she wore a bikini that one time where she had that like illusion, I love the hair and I love the kind of throwback to the fashion week where they had that reveal of the sleeping head and stuff like that. But she when she put on that bikini, it was like, yeah, you probably look great as a boy, but as a chick, you're giving me masculinity.
Oh, good call.
I think Chad Michaels has always been my favorite contestant,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure one of his looks.
Well, Chad Michaels, in every of the Queen's defense, his husband's a costume maker and makes all his costumes.
Okay.
I want Chad Michaels' husband and costume me for stuff, and I'm like,
you heard it here.
I know. I'm just saying.
But that can't be an excuse because Delta Work's husband was also a costume designer, and
that's true. She went home real quick.
Yeah, she didn't go home. Well, she went home pretty quick, but she was also like #Delta.
That explains why she's got incredible costumes. If you've ever seen. Delta work at any one of her shows, first of all, she's a big girl, and she transforms herself. I mean, she'll do like nude looks. I mean, it's pretty remarkable, like how she can really shape her body to create all these different looks.
My favorite runway look is actually from this season, and it's from Miss Katya when she went out in that kind of, I want to say, camo-esque dress with like the dead pelts on top. I was like, yes, this is what I want to give you a shotgun.
We totally got your drag like style.
Yeah.
It's just dead things.
Dead all the time. I love the death.
You love death.
Love the death.
I think Candy Ho's from this episode was pretty spectacular for me.
Where she put hair on the GameCube.
That was hilarious.
Her hairy box.
It was amazing. You're right.
Yeah.
And it will stand out to me because it was so unique. You know.
I hope she is a dark horse because a Puerto Rican needs to like come forth.
I mean, come on, our people.
I'm Cuban.
Well, we'll just take.
I'm half Puerto Rican. That counts.
Great.
Yeah, there you go.
Just an
I know
island
Puerto
away.
Ricans.
Yeah.
You do look Puerto Rican.
I know some.
Just a wrap right away.
There's like 6, I know. It's no big deal.
There's a few. So, okay, all right. But I would like to see a plus-size girl.
Yeah, Ginger Minge for the win.
She's got a whole. It's hard to stay on top in this competition because you get knocked down so quickly. And
Bianca did it. Alaska did it.
Yeah.
But Alaska didn't win, but she was up there almost every single time. Jinkx Monsoon did it as well. It can be done. The thing is,
Jinkx Monsoon, there's a good example of a dark horse. Remember, she was so hated for
yeah.
such a long time, and then she just
Yeah.
rose and rose and. She's a great actor too because she was just on Blue Bloods, I think it was. Great role, almost like this film noir, kind of old Hollywood, kind of old school detective, and she was being interviewed, and she had that little veil thing. And was really chic. She can really pull it off as a serious
But do you
actor.
think because Jinkx Monsoon won and her style was so, old Hollywood like Max, do you think that that's why people really like Max is because people are so fond of this old Hollywood glamour look?
Absolutely.
I think
Max
that's
is
why
also
she is
polished.
one of my favorites.
Polished to a T. Max is. She's like milk with all her boyish, like her Pinocchio look and stuff, mix Jinkx with her style, makes, and they're both like winners in their own right.
Yeah.
So, well, one won, and the other one is now one of the most famous drag queens on Drag Race. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think one of my favorite statements this week was I think it was Ginger that said the Shakespeare. I've been doing Shakespeare for how did he say it? I've been doing Shakespeare for years. And he never complained or something?
Oh, yeah, I've been doing Shakespeare. She made some comment about it. That was hilarious.
Yeah, and I would love to see more ShakesQueerian out there.
100%. My least favorite comment from this week, I'm just going to bring up, was Jasmine when she was like, if I glue anything to my face, I'm going to break out and go to the hospital. And the thing is, how do you glue down your eyebrows then? I mean, how do you glue them down to paint them over? You have eyebrows. Those aren't the ones you use for drag. You have to use a glue stick or spirit gum to get them down.
Also, I thought there could be some innovative way to do it with, with the wig or something. It just, to me, and I love Jasmine, but it did just feel like the biggest cop-out, and it looked like
it was
shit.
An excuse,
it looked like a tattoo. It looked like a poor makeup job. And I get that, like, maybe she has some kind of skin thing with that. But then you have to just suffer
With the
through.
earrings she wears, she could have just made earrings of a beard.
Earring beard. Good. Cool. Like it.
You're welcome.
Well, that was a great episode, and we had lots to talk about. And we can't wait for next week, so be sure to tune in to RuPaul's Drag Race After Show on theStream.tv, and be sure to tweet us and comment, and you could hear it on air. So thanks so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See who tweeted me. Hey, y'all, if you want to get in on the conversation with us, make sure you subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race After Show on theStream.tv.